The Winter War was a war fought between Finland and the Soviet Union from the 30th of November, 1939 to March 13th, 1940. This happened because of Stalin's paranoid nature. Joseph Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union from 1923 to 1953. After Poland was invaded by Germany and the USSR in 1939, Stalin and the USSR were paranoid that the Nazis would invade through neutral Finland. This was insane, but this was Stalin. He kinda was insane. There was a plan the Soviets came up with to invade Finland, which involved blowing right through Helsinki, the Finnish capital, and then later taking the city of Turku. Basically, just focusing on southern Finland, where the bulk of the population was. This plan, though, was rejected in favor of another one that took a more general approach. One of the Soviet forces would be sent to southern Finland, the other two to northern and middle Finland, respectively. This plan was approved by Stalin, and then the Soviets estimated that Finland would fall in a matter of weeks. But oh boy, were they wrong! It took 4 months and 13 days for Finland to give up the amount of land equivalent to bury all 147,426 of the dead Soviet soldiers that died in the Winter War. Finland only lost 25,904 soldiers. Why did it take so long? Well, I'll tell you. Part 2. Triumph and Tragedy. First, the thesis. The Winter War is an important underdog story in World War II, with the small Finnish army triumphant over the largest military power at the time, the USSR. The tragedy is the 15,000 Finnish civilians who died in Soviet and Nazi civilian death camps. The war. The Winter War lasted so long due to multiple factors. First, the Soviet commanders that were actually, competent, able to lead, were all purged by Stalin. Second, the Red Army had no clue of the Finnish terrain and based the Finland campaign off of the Poland campaign. Poland is a flat land and has weather similar to here in Indiana, in America. Finland is a cold mountain and lake kind of land, similar to northern Canada or Alaska. Third, the USSR had many tanks. This may seem good for the Soviets until you realize, oh wait, this is the war where the Molotov cocktail was invented. Molotov cocktails were born in Finland and named after Vyacheslav Molotov, who was the Soviet foreign minister from 1939 to 1949. Molotov cocktails were used to blow up Soviet tanks into blazing infernos of scrap metal. To get how badly the Soviets screwed up when it comes to terrain, it's like if you brought a tiny knife to a machine gun fight. The Soviets wore brown, standard Red Army uniforms, which made them stick out among the snowy Finnish terrain. Oh no. The Finnish wore white winter coats and used skis to be more mobile, and had extremely well-trained and well-hidden snipers. Take, for example, Simo Häyhä, or the White Death, as the Soviets called him, who killed 505 Soviets, the highest sniper kill count in modern military history. Simo Häyhä was so cool, he even single-handedly stopped an entire Red Army assault. There were several instances of frozen lakes that the Soviets would walk over being shot out right underneath their feet, leading to high Soviet casualties. Another anecdote, the Red Army, while being more advanced and, numbered, was not very well supplied. The Finnish were much better supplied. And since the Red Army was not as nearly well as the Finns, when the Soviets advanced and saw how well supplied the Finns were, they would stop the entire offensive just to see if the Finns left any supplies. The war didn't turn to favor Russia until February 1940, when the Soviets got a good commander and many reinforcements. Both sides fought until March 13th, 1940, when the Treaty of Moscow was signed by Finland and the Soviet Union, where Finland gave up 11% of its land in the following years. Hitler and Nazi higher-ups saw how bad the Red Army was in Finland and took note. 2 more wars involving Finland happened: the Continuation War and the Lapland War, where Finland helped the Allies chase Germany back into Germany. And the Continuation War, well, it was the continuation of the Winter War, just more of the same. But it's less notable because it was Finland invading Russia along with Germany. In the Continuation War, neither side ceded any land. So basically no changes. It was just a stalemate. Everyone stayed the same. And then the Lapland War started when Nazi Germany occupied northern Finland, otherwise known as Lapland, after the Second Treaty of Moscow was signed, ending Finnish involvement in Operation Barbarossa, or the invasion of the Soviet Union. So Finland, all on its own, pushed back over 100,000 Nazi troops. When all was said and done, 15,000 Finnish civilians died in Soviet and Nazi death camps. Mostly Soviet! And 90,200 Finnish soldiers died in these 3 wars. But for every 1 Finn that died in these 3 wars, over 400,000 dead Soviets and 51,000 dead Nazis were also in the wars. In conclusion, this war is a reminder to not mess with the little guy, and to not purge your good commander! Yeah, so good job sticking till the end card. I just need a way to make this video longer, honestly, so I'm doing an outro just like every good animator does. Like James, and Jaden, and everyone else. Yeah. Oh yeah, and to everyone in my history class watching this, hi! I was way too tired when I made this, so if I sound very, weird, it's because I'm tired. I'm very tired. Alright, time for the credits and bloopers.
Finlandia, Finlandia, sinne taas matkalla oli Iivana. Kun Molotovin lupasi, on kaikki harshi. Huomenna jo Helsingissä syödään marshi. Niet Molotov, valehtelit enemmän kuin itse Bobrikov. Niet Molotov, valehtelit enemmän kuin itse Bobrikov. Finlandia, Finlandia. Finlandia. Mannerheimin linjalla ol vastus ankara, kun Karjalasta alkoi hirmutulitus. Loppui monen Iivanan puhepolitus. Niet Molotov